Raising a Genius.
A very good afternoon to my fellow postmasters and guests for present here and online. Have you ever felt you're not good in something like mathematics, programming, or studies as a whole? We are often told that some people are born with natural talents and others can't compete with them. Raise your hands, how many of you feel that some people are born gifted? Raise hands before saying this. Okay. What if I told you this may not be true? And anyone can become a genius. A Hungarian teacher named Laszlo Polgár believed that any child could become a genius in a specific field if proper practice is provided. In 1960, he pitched about this to his government, that is the Hungarian government. They thought he was too crazy and even told him to see a psychiatrist. So he decided the only way to prove his hypothesis was to test it on his own children. But that time he was not married. So he started to write letters to eligible women around his area expressing about his desire to raise genius children. As you could expect, most of them turned him down. But one Ukrainian lady agreed to meet him as she found his argument compelling. So they both met. After some time, they got married. They had their first child and named her Susan. So to prove his hypothesis, Laszlo followed 3 steps. First, he wanted to make Susan an expert in an objective field. If it was painting or arts related, then people may not agree 100%. Even if it was science, it is very difficult to evaluate the level of competence. So he chose chess, which had a globally accepted rating system. Second, he started training for his daughter as young as 4 years. Laszlo himself was not a very good chess player, but he learned how to teach chess by himself. Also, he wanted to homeschool his daughter. He didn't want to send her to school. This was unheard of during that time. In the Soviet era, he had to struggle a lot to get approval from the government. Even to homeschool, you have to get approval from the government. Finally, he got the approval. He believes that because school is for the majority of the kids who are mediocre, so sending a high-achieving kid to a school, it may not be much useful to her, but if she's at home, she will spend the time in practice, which will eventually benefit her. Third, he customized the training plan such that it was like a play to her. She never felt forced to do anything she didn't want to do it in the first place. So by the time when she was 5, she had hundreds of hours of specialized training. When she went on to a local competition, she was able to win with kids even who are twice her age. She won 10-0. Everyone thought that she was a prodigy. After a few years, Laszlo and family had 2 more children. They named Sofia and Judith. He wanted to try the same formula on the other 2 kids as well, so that his hypothesis will become foolproof. So seeing the 2 kids, seeing their father teach their elder sister, they got hooked. But then this time he didn't want to start too early. He waited until the kids were 5 years old. Then he started his training. When they began their training, the kids were totally fascinated. It was not like a work for them at all. By the time they reached their adolescence, they had thousands of hours of specialized training in chess. So the first daughter, Susan, went on to become a world champion by the age of 16. She became the first women grandmaster. And the other 2 kids also went on to become pretty good in chess, and they won a lot of awards worldwide, even more than Susan. On seeing all that, the world thought these kids are all prodigies. What Laszlo says is that it's not that people don't realize the amount of hard work these kids have put in. So he saw them improving inch by inch. Laszlo, from this Laszlo story, we all can understand that any healthy child could become a genius in a specific field if given right opportunity and proper practice. Laszlo believes that uh, uh, for a child between age of 4 to 5, the brain activity is very high and they'll be able to learn anything. But as we get older, our ability to learn new stuff will reduce. So starting the training at an early age wasn't needed. I see the whole story in two perspectives. One is in terms of the kids, like we can say that any kid could become a genius. Second, I look at it in terms of Laszlo himself. At not so very young age, he started to learn something new, where he trained himself from being a normal teacher to someone who raised 3 grandmasters, which to me was remarkable. So I think we are totally limited by what we believe we can achieve. It's been a pleasure sharing with you all. Thank you very much.